Good evening, YouTubers. The new time travel behind me, 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review, and yes, we're still celebrating Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. So, tonight, we continue of the best of Doctor Who stories, and we'll be focusing on the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, by selecting 5 stories from his era. Let's begin. The first up is a 4-part adventure, The Tomb of the Cybermen Special Edition. Now, this is one of the earliest Troughton episodes survived in its entirety. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the best all-time Cybermen stories ever. And I agree with Tessa Coyle. This is a good episode. I highly recommend it. And this when the Doctor, Jamie and Victoria travel to this kind of a frozen not the planet, but some kind of planet, and that's when the Cybermen is all the hives. And this might be the third improvement of the Cybermen. Anyway, good adventure. This 4-part adventure originally transmitted on September 2nd to the 23rd, 1967. Oh, this is Tidios. Oh, Talos. Yeah, that's what the planet is. Okay, moving on to the next adventure. A 5-part classic adventure, The Dominators. Ah, yes, The Dominators. Well, it's kind of one of the my least favorites, but I love this episode. Even though the Quarks and Zoe Harriet's second appearances of that particular adventure. And this is her first time traveling with the Doctor on this kind of a planet that was full of radiation. This 5-part classic adventure originally transmitted on August 10th through September 7th, 1967. That's Enlightenment of Peace and Harmony of Ducans. Ducans. How you pronounce it. If I say it wrong, comment down below. Okay. The next classic adventure, a 8-part of story, The Invasion. Oh, brilliant story. And this is one of the longest story ever with Patrick Troughton. And this time reunite with Lethbridge Stewart. This time he is promoting the Brigadier. And John Levine, this time as Corporal Benton. It looks like, reminds me of the picture, looks like it reminds me of Cybermen Battles Washington, D.C. Oh boy. But it's London anyway. But it looks like the U.S. Capitol, U.S. Treasury building. It's different. But nevertheless, the animation of the first and fourth episodes are brilliant. Shame the original episodes are completely destroyed by the BBC. Good adventure. And it's one of my favorite Troughton stories. The 8-part story originally transmitted on November 2nd to December 21st, 1968. And this story takes place immediately after the Mind Robbers. Our next adventure, the Protons. Oh, brilliant story. It's kind of let's say it's probably one of the second to best Troughton stories in my opinion, but yeah, it's alright. Especially with the robotic arms of Protons. They want the Doctor's TARDIS. Well, the bargaining did not do it, and the Doctor defeated the Protons. This 4-part story Originally transmitted on December 28th, 1968 to January 18th, 1969. However, it marks the first Doctor Who story to be written by Mr. Robert Holmes, and at the time, the only Patrick Troughton's adventure, the 4-part adventure, was attacked in the BBC archives in 1981. And finally, the final Troughton story, The War Games. Great 10-part adventure. Sadly to see the Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe to go. And that's when the Doctor defeats the evil War Chief until he breaks the law by the Time Lords. Yes. And make sure to look out for Patrick Troughton's brother, David Troughton's in there. This particular adventure. And yes, I love this episode. The 10-part story originally transmitted on April 19th to June 21st, 1969. And this was the last Doctor Who story to be transmitted in black and white until it was shot in color the next year. Now, the 10-part story exists in the BBC archives. Unfortunately, the archiving is damaged the film due to the snowstorm, and mess up the film so bad the picture has to be scratched up very badly. So thanks to the Doctor Who restoration team, they managed to get this adventure back to its pristine condition. Alright. And let me bring you guys this one more time here. Okay. And that's it for the best of Doctor Who stories with Patrick Troughton. Now, in my last update, my video, I miscorrected for the Doctor Who news update for the recovered episode. It's not Ethiopia, it's Nigeria. So, Kendall Johnson, thank you for correcting this, the mistake that I did. So, you'll chance to get a shout out in my next video. Okay, guys. See you guys next time. Take care, everyone.